100 years. The original construction was made of rubber, but we now understand that rubber breaks down when in direct sunlight and UV radiation. So we've seen all kinds of advancements. We've seen firemen's hoses, we've seen expandable hoses, we've seen metal hoses. Well, Aqua Joe created what they call a fiber jacket hose, which does not kink, is 100 times easier to roll up than a heavyweight rubber hose. And do we have two different sizes in inventory right now, Chance? Chance is my producer today. He's the boss. I'll tell you what, let me bring my guest in. Okay, we do have some of the 75 foot. I didn't think we had any left. So the 75 foot is $34.98, $24.98 for the 50 foot. I'll tell you why that price is so incredible. For an inferior rubber hose, you usually pay $1 a foot. Color-wise, I've got green, and I also have the aqua blue. And they're going, by the way, off the color of the sprayer, not the hose itself. The hose is going to be gray. It looks like a flat fireman's hose, but it's actually a hose within a hose. And you know, nothing is completely indestructible, but I'm going to say virtually indestructible. Sean Pickford is our tool guy. He's our resident tool guy. He's going to be with me for a good portion of the show. He's standing outside. What makes a fiber jacket hose different than that regular, hefty, bulky PVC or rubber hose that most of us are used to?
Well, this is 50 feet right here in my hands.
Yeah, I got 75.
So
right?
as you said, yeah, it's a lot easier to maneuver. It's a lot easier to fold up. It's a lot easier to put away. But it's a lot stronger, too, because this has a woven fiber jacket on the outside and an inner core on the inside. It's all billet aluminum ends, so it's not brass. So if you run it over with the car, these aren't going to crush. You don't have to throw it out in the trash. This thing will roll up every single time, basically down into that small footprint. This guy here, this is 75 feet. The only way this stays nice is I put a wrap on here to keep it nice and neat. Otherwise, this thing's brutal to deal with. There's no water in it, and it's tough to rewind and, you know, put it away where you need it. So it also has a ton of weight to it, even without the water in it.
Yeah. We struggle with a hose, and it's probably the single most often used garden tool. You're going to use that more than your power equipment, more than your rake. You use your hose all the time. So this is designed to not only give you more durability. By the way, what's the warranty on this hose, Sean? Because I've never heard this before.
Yeah, it's 3 years, Dan, and that's the cool thing about it. It's 3 years because it's one of our Aqua Joe hoses. So I have 50 feet. I have it right here. I have it on my stand, hooked up to the faucet. So when I need to water my plants, what do, I just bring this out. My tomato plants here, just pulled off some great tomatoes this morning. I can go ahead and water them. Wherever I need to go around the yard, I take this. But notice when I'm done with it, when I go to wrap it back up, look, even filled with water, Dan, it goes right back to where it belongs, all right? So it's easy to maneuver, it's easy to take out, it's easy to put away. I'm not struggling, and again, this is filled with water. So I'm not struggling with the hose. A lot of us have that problem, you know, you go out and you water something here or there, you go to put it away, well, you end up not putting it away. Why? Because it's too hard to put it away. You get frustrated with it. So this makes all your watering needs easy. I get a lot of questions about this hose. Can I use this with this, you know, end on it? Yes. We give you that 5-position nozzle that comes with it. I just happen to have one of my other Sunjoe ones that are on this one here. But you do get this nozzle, as you said, you get it in the blue or the green, depending on what color you choose. And the other cool thing is I hook it up to all my pressure washers. This is all I use with pressure washers. I don't need some big, overgrown industrial hose that I fight with. This is so much easier to deal with. And think about it. 3-year warranty, you know it's going to last. We put this guy to the test. We've run it over with the car. We've ran it around sticker bushes, the fence, the pavers, all that kind of stuff. That woven jacket on the outside is what protects it. And we modeled that after a fireman's hose because they go through some of the most extreme conditions. We wanted your hose to hold up just like theirs do.
Well, the problem that you run into with the old-fashioned flat hose, you've got yours coiled up. If you've got a hose reel, on an old-fashioned flat hose, you had to unreel the entire thing, even if you only needed 3 feet of hose. With this, you don't. No. When Sean mentioned that he uses it with his pressure washer, this has a 500 PSI burst strength. That's double what a lot of the hoses in the industry have right now. So
Yeah, I mean,
three,
it's really durable. It's really easy to use. So, and Dan, you're seeing here in the animation, you're seeing the parts. This is the inner core. So it's wrapped in that fiber jacket, and there's a PBA-free inner core with inside of this. So for those of you that go camping and need a drinking water hose,
yep.
this meets those requirements. But it also makes it durable, and it's good down to -0 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're leaving it outside in the winter, which hose is going to last? The one on the right or the one on the left? Well, the Aqua Gel hose is going to last.
Another factor on it, it weighs a fraction of what a rubber hose weighs.
Yeah, I mean, we usually do a scale demo where we have a 50-foot regular rubber hose that's 6 pounds, and we put this on it. It's 2 pounds and a couple ounces. So, and again, even with the water, even if I want to coil it up by hand and don't have to put it on a hose reel, look how easy that is. I just maneuver that however I want to do it. If you want to put it on the hose reel, go ahead and wrap it around there. And it just makes cleanup and makes using the hose so much more easy. It takes all the frustration out of it, because let's face it, the last thing you want to do is fight with that hose. We've all been there where we've struggled with these kind of hoses, and you get frustrated. What do? You leave it out in the yard. You run it over with the lawnmower then. So what happens? There's no warranty on that. You own it. You have a 3-year warranty with our Aqua Gel hose.
I don't know of any other hose that offers a 3-year warranty. You're going to see some great Sun Joe products coming up later on in the show. And I've got to tell you, the hose is one of my favorites because you use it all the time. You literally are using it often. Kelly and I travel by motor coach, and you always need to have a garden hose in the coach. But you always have to buy those special white hoses that are just ridiculously expensive. This replaces that, and I had never seen one that was 75 feet in length. This one for $34.98 is 75 feet.
Yeah, you can't beat that. It has that 3-year warranty. Look, we put it through the test in this video here. Wrapped it around trees, around that sharp edge of the fence, the sticker bushes, the patio pavers, all things you're going to encounter in your home. And oh yeah, by the way, it cleans off. So you can roll it up, you can put it in pot, whatever you want to do. I leave mine on the hose caddy back here. I can coil it up as small. Again, this is 50 feet of hose in the palm of my hands. This will go back to 50 feet like this when I'm done using it. So I don't struggle with it. I love that there's billet aluminum ends on there, because you and I have all run over things and you look at it and say, oh no, the hose is trashed now. Well, you don't have to worry about it with this guy.
Yeah, I run over everything. I can't help it. So get rid of your old hose. Regular garden hoses, especially those that are made of rubber, the UV radiation from the sun actually separates those fibers, and that's why garden hoses that they say are inkinkable still kink, and why they're such a nightmare to fold up into a nice smooth circle. And you and I are exactly alike. I've known this guy for 30 plus years. Getting that garden hose wrapped into the perfect circle, there's something really gratifying about that.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier to do with this hose. Yeah,
and next time you go to use it, it's a lot easier. So it looks a lot nicer when it's put away nice and neat, and it's going to last longer. When you take care of things, they last longer.
Usually, if you want to save money, you have to spend money. In this case, again, the average standard, when you go to any of the stores that sell lumber and garden supplies, it's about $1 a foot. So if you're looking at a 50-foot hose, you're looking at spending darn near $50. We're at 20.
70.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is 75. This is 75 feet of frustration, if you ask me. So by the time you got to coil this up and all that, it's a nightmare. So this is so much easier. Again, this is brand new, and it's the only reason it looks this good is because I put that wrap on it just to show you on TV. But otherwise, you'd struggle with this. This is so much easier to deal with, especially if you have that boat or RV where you're limited in space. This is the way to go.
I agree. 3-year warranty on a garden hose. If that doesn't say enough, if your old hose needs to be replaced, it's time to pick up one that you won't have to replace every summer. So we've got the 50-foot. I didn't even realize that we had the 75-foot still in inventory. So I'm glad that we've got it, and we've got it at a great price. Sean, you're coming back a little bit later on because we've got more to talk to you about with Sun Joe.
Sounds great.
Thanks, bud. All right, we will